As August slipped into September of 2021, we were boatless for the first time in a few years. It was a strange feeling for us. As the days began to get shorter, we were losing hope that we would find our new boat before the winter set in. Our search for our great loop boat continued, daily. However, the searches continued to come up empty. Inventory of used boats was slim post-pandemic, and with the low supply comes higher prices. We began to have serious conversations about rethinking what type of boat we could get and what type of boats would be good enough if we couldn't find what we were looking for. We also began to plan for airfare and shipping should we need to go south or out east over the winter to close a boat deal and have the boat delivered to us somehow by the spring of 2022. One afternoon in September of 2021, out of frustration, I sat down with my phone and laptop and began cold calling all the boat dealers and marinas I could find in Michigan and a few in Wisconsin. A few minutes before 5 o'clock, I happened to catch a guy named Brian at Barrett's Boat Works in Spring Lake as he was closing up shop. He had the same story as all the other dealers of not having anything available, and just before he hung up, he said, "I do have a 480 Sea Ray sedan bridge in for some repairs, and I think the owners are ready to get rid of it, but I'm not sure it's for sale." Before he finished talking, I said, "I'll take it." I remember him being very stunned, asking me, "You'll take it? I don't even know if it's for sale." And all I said in response was, "I'll take it." We fell in love at first sight. We knew this was our boat. Andromeda is a 2004 Sea Ray 480 sedan bridge with twin Cummins QSM11 engines. She was the exact model we were looking for and already had many of the upgrades we were planning to do ourselves. It was easy to see the current owners took excellent care of their boat, even under the extreme conditions that they were forced to depart her. The owners had recently had some work done in a boatyard in Wisconsin. The mechanic had failed to replace the safety wire on the bolts that hold the rudder in place and the cotter pin. During a trip across Lake Michigan, they dropped the port rudder. The vessel began to take on water and the owners had the scare of their life. The captain wisely ran the boat aground and were rescued by the Coast Guard. Andromeda was towed to Barrett's and hauled out of the water. The owners had made the decision to sell Andromeda after this unfortunate and scary incident. As part of their settlement, Andromeda was going to get all new running gear, props, shafts, cutlass bearings, and alignment. We were so fortunate to find the sellers to be kind and accommodating. We could tell they loved their boat, and we did our best to let them know she was in good hands. We had come to an agreement and waited as patiently as possible for the new running gear to be installed. We had to get through a test drive and a survey before we could close the deal and bring her home.
Good morning. Today is September 22nd, 2021, about 7 in the morning, about 55 degrees out right now, light winds, Wind forecast expected to go from up to 20 to 40 knots possibly. Exciting day. We are about to hop in the car and take the hour trip south to Spring Lake and test drive what could possibly be our new boat, Andromeda. She is a 48-foot Sea Ray sedan bridge. Today is sea trial day, so there'll be a diesel engine inspector, both brokers, a surveyor, full boat. Kathy and myself. I'm going to take her around Spring Lake out on the Grand River and see what she's got. Check out all the systems, run both engines, and if all goes well, we will close on our new boat today. And somehow in the next few days, we're going to have to figure out how to get her from Spring Lake back up to Ludington. The wave forecast for the next 3 days is not looking good, but eventually she'll lay down and we'll have to drive down and make the trip along the shoreline and bring her home. It's an exciting day, a lot of anticipation, a lot of nerves, long road to get to this point. Fingers crossed, it's going to be hopefully a good day on the water. What you thinking?
Can't wait to see the boat.
Yeah, me either.
Hopefully the bed's comfortable. And I was wondering if they were going to give us the sheets. That's what I was thinking.
That's what you were thinking?
That's what I was thinking.
Port, Sergeant.
Top of the engine room. So when temperature builds up in here, obviously the hot air goes higher and higher and higher. But I guess in here somewhere, maybe it would suck this dust away from.
So we're trying to maybe run it back towards the ceiling along both sides.
Yeah, because your main heat is going to be, obviously when you're up on plane, it's going to be up in the front. So you could actually run it up along the fuel tanks and maybe run one up and one in this back corner or something over here.
I see what you're saying. Draw the air from up front further
up
forward.
Front top, yep.
Okay.
Which is better than a carver, because sometimes the carvers, they had them hooked up backwards. They actually were sucking good cold air out of the engine room floor.
I see.
Rather than the hot air out of the top.
I see.
But at least they're plumbed correctly. They just could use some extension hoses. And because I'm finding this on a lot of Sea Ray, I actually brought a piece of hose that you could cut and add to it.
Oh, great.
Don't get me wrong, I could miss something, but I usually catch most of it.
That's what everybody tells me.
All right, we'll take a look at the generator.
It's early Saturday morning on the 25th, and after a couple of ridiculous days of paperwork and faxing and notarizing and every other hoop we could think of to jump through, we are going to get her. We own Andromeda, and today she's coming home. Little after 9, Saturday the 25th, September 2021. And we are about to cast lines and bring this baby back to Ludington.
We were thrilled to finally have Andromeda safely moored to that wall in our home port. Within a few days, we worked up the courage to cast the lines and take her for a run. Just the two of us. Docking always seems to be a high-intensity situation. Wind, current, audience, and experience all seem to play various roles. Even the best of the best can struggle at times. We were just barely comfortable tying Andromeda to a wall with no boats around, but we knew we had to do better. So we took advantage of a calm October evening in a mostly empty marina to practice docking.
He can control the bow without you up here. He's got the bow. Now say free boat.
Free boat. Everyone's on free boat.
Okay, thank you.
We spent about 3 weeks with Andromeda that fall. We learned as much as we could about her, and we enjoyed a few beautiful fall days moored to that wall. Far too soon it was time to take her north to her winter home.
Beautiful morning on Friday, October 15th, 2021. Perfect day for cruising. We're going to take Andromeda to her winter home up in Manistee. Got a couple drawbridges to go through, and you can see the sun is out and the water's laying down, and our good friend and salty Captain Adam Lamb is just pulling in with a boat he's bringing back from Wisconsin. So I'm going to help him tie that to the wall. Look at this beauty. Quick tour of a 98 Sabre.
They're doing the loop.
In this?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Little galley. Little settee. V-berth. Cool boat. 98 Sabre. Farm fresh across the lake today from Wisconsin. With salty Captain Adam and Pat. It's about 10 after 11 on the bridge of the Andromeda. All systems are normal. The engines are warming up. Waiting for everything to come up to temp. Short jaunt to the gas dock for a little fuel. And then on our way to Manistee.
Just gonna do 20 gallons a side. Okay. The nice thing is they're both right here.
Take on mud on my shoes.
Salty Captain Adam, would you like to go on record with your adventures in Sturgeon Bay last night?
Nope.
Or? Okay, fair enough.
I sure would not.
Going out to Ludington Harbor. Ready to stock up for the year?
Go that way just a little bit. Starboard. Neutral.
Radar that hit?
No, it was the anchor light. I mean, you couldn't do anything about it. It was, you were like gonna miss it by that much or not, and you literally hit the one thing where the dude was coming.
Okay, here we go.
You're clear.
US 31 bridge, you are opening.
That bridge is way taller.
Okay. Is that 31?
Yeah, you don't need it. You won't need that one at all. You're good.
All right.
Catch.
That was sketchy. Don't make no thanks. We literally were right there.
Maple Street Bridge, Andromeda, copy.
Maple Street Bridge, go ahead.
Right there.
Maple Street Bridge, that was about as close as you can cut it, but we're under, thank you.
Yeah, I was watching it. Only the one was close, but thanks for trying.
Have a good day. Andromeda, standby 16.
You too.
See? You're through.
Not drag anchor. Why would you drag anchor?